But let me preface my point with this story of Jeanette Salters, who renamed herself Mamalina Diop, and her sister, who named herself Nzinga Jana. They inherited some land, acquired the land in Ghana, and was murdered by the locals. Why? Because they were Americans. A few of the natives didn't feel it was right that foreigners had a right to that land. So, we go back to Africa Negro.
Peace, forever, and always. I'm so Sister J. I'm so Sister D. And I just wanted to say thank you for all the people who helped to the medical fundraiser for my uncle Xavier. And it has meant so much to us that he would help because without you guys, his life would not be possible and we would not be with him today right now. And I just wanted to say for all of you that helped and that donated, I would really like to give a big thanks. And I hope I can meet you one day and say thank you in person. I love you guys. Okay.
this book from Amazon, and I must say I've read it. It's very well written, very thought-provoking.
Watch as we pray. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Ashe, Ashe. In fact, I tend to the garden of the mind and the pool of the soul daily, praying ceaselessly with boldness, casting my cares on the provider of all things. The protection I have is truth based in wisdom, mission being to eradicate ignorance. With persistent due diligence, I step on devils. As Holy Breath speaks the straight path to eternal life, whom shall I fear? This is much more than rhetorical acrobatics set to rhythm. Our work is an in-depth analysis into the houses built where the soul resides with precision. As J. Dave says, balance is...
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
Hey, my brother, you know I had to call you and thank you personally again. I cannot describe to you how happy I was to meet you in person, Myron. That was just like amazing.
This all-new 5-DVD, 9-hour documentary is a researcher's dream come true. Oh my God, it's an educational masterpiece.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Set in Philadelphia, follow Camille Ebony as she discovers the woman she was meant to be in the blink of an eye, seemingly when her marriage, career, and life are rearranged, when a cool stranger enters the mix. She realizes for the first time in her life that she is able to throw caution to the wind and just be herself without any label or duties attached. All things must come to an end, though, and once again Camille finds herself taking on the requirements now of wife and mother. But when she is called upon to do one more favor, the journey to the heart of the matter continues, and she comes face to face with the realities of the girl she once was, the person she has wanted to be, and the woman she is. On the road to self-discovery, Camille soon realizes there must be some casualties.
Let's be honest. If black folks are going to get reparations, then they're going to need a 4-star general's approach to it. It will have to be approached in an organized, sustained, military-like way. A flamethrower of a man will have to be the keynote speaker concerning reparations. Brother Malcolm would have been the perfect man to go into the United Nations to pressure the power structure to give us reparations. But he's no longer with us, and his brothers who helped stop him haven't picked up the tab. They weren't serious. If reparations is going to be addressed, then a serious individual like this brother named Taalik Ibn'rad should be sent to the UN to speak before the General Assembly. Taalik has the qualifications to be taken serious. He's been consistent in his seriousness. He's a man that's not going to go into the UN and bite his tongue. He's going to express how he really feels. He won't modify his delivery. He won't flip the script, buck, bow, smile, and beguile. He'll let the power structure know how black people really feel and why they need restoration for the mental and spiritual destruction done to all of us. Go get him. Wake him up in the middle of the night and bring him to New York. He'll come in a clean but wrinkled undershirt with a loose-fitting collar. He might come in a robe, maybe in a suit. He might drive a truck to the UN. But you can rest assured, Taalik will be coming as himself. And once the world hears him, the fight for what black folks need will be over. It doesn't matter if Taalik is the opening or the keynote speaker. All you have to do is hear him, and you'll be hooked. What? Meet you at the old Autobahn so we can rally up and organize the people? Haven't you heard that place is always closed? The old ones in the power structure vowed that they would never again give the people that kind of space to assemble. They are scared of Malcolm's ghost now returning to the crime scene. That's why that place is always closed. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
Because I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
In the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one, and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. When I decided to do this spontaneous broadcast, I was in the mood, actually. And I was saying to myself, why not make a video? And I was fired up from going back and forth, talking to some persons on Facebook. And of course, they block my comments, delete my comments. So I said to myself, why not make a video and speak and say what I want? And they cannot delete, they cannot block. They can only defend when the same questions come from other people who perhaps can think for themselves, or it just so happened they saw the questions, the inquiry raised, or the observation raised in this broadcast. I also saw a video, and it reminded me of this sister here, Fannie Lou Hamer. Many of you may not be familiar with her because we don't talk about our sisters a lot. We may make mention of a few now and then or whatever. It's basically all about the men, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute here. I've never been like that. I've always admired and honored and respected this sister when I learned about her. And it just so happened she fits into the theme of what we are promoting here on this platform, the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. This sister, oh wow, you need to read up on her, study her, get the information, as they say. Her whole struggle was Mississippi. Mississippi was probably one of the most violent, wicked states, hateful states in the South. And when you think about the South, especially during her time, you will hear always Mississippi, Mississippi burning. She created a political party, Mississippi Democratic Party, I believe that's what it was. And she fought and she fought, and these demons did so much evil to her and our ancestors as a whole. And I say to myself, wouldn't it be revenge? Wouldn't it be ironic that the same state that caused us so much suffering and death, discrimination and other hell, wouldn't it be revenge that we would go in and take control of this state like we propose on this platform, and we change all the laws and we just ripped down everything that made Mississippi what it was. Matter of fact, even changed the name and give honor and respect to those who suffered under that name, Mississippi, which I believe Mississippi itself, that's actually a Native American name, I believe. I'm not sure. It's the name associated with, or it is the name of a Native American tribe. But wouldn't it be ironic that the same state that made you a slave and now you rule it, and the descendants of those who caused us so much hell, now they must obey the laws and the policies and under the rule and the domination of those who are the descendants of the ones who they are related to that gave so much hell to a people. Wouldn't it be? And of course, this sister in this struggle must be remembered. She must be honored, especially in this state. So we will make her so proud. And we want her to know, if she could, that her suffering and her sacrifice and her struggle, her and those who were with her, your sacrifice and even your death was not in vain. We can make that happen. She could not make that happen. They could not make that happen. But you and I are in a position where we can make that happen. If only you knew that you wasn't a slave. What was that Harriet Tubman said? I could have freed. Well, I freed 1,000 slaves and could have freed 1,000 more had they known, you know, that they weren't slaves or something to that effect. Did I quote that right? Y'all the smart ones. I'm the dumb one. Woo! But I give honor, and this particular talk, this broadcast is dedicated in honor and memory of a true warrior, our soul sister, Fannie Lou Hamer. And I just want to give just a few seconds of silence in her memory. All righty then. Let's get this party started. Let's do what we do best. And what we do best is make a lot of these pro-black, pan-African, blackity-black, whatever they, some kind of black supremacy, whatever they want to call themselves, we piss them off here. Why are you angry? Why are you pissed off? And I want to say, there's always exceptions to the rule. There are a lot of pan-African, pro-black, blackity, blacks. They have no problem. They can tolerate angel snub number 7. Then there are those who are just childish and infantile. And what's up with all this emotion? It is because we are exposing your half-truth, your mythology, your fantasy, your delusions, and in your mind, you have the supreme wisdom. And when we embrace Black supremacy and pro-Black Pan-African, all this Black scholarship conscious teachings thing, we embrace it the same way we embrace Christianity or some religion or whatever. It sounds good to us, and we really don't think about what we're being taught, and we just accept things on face value. That's what we do. And so when somebody brings something to us that we probably never thought about, because we have the supreme wisdom, you can't tell me nothing. I'm no longer under the spell of the white man. That's what you say. Now you are under the spell of the Black man. And contrary to popular belief, Black people can lie. Black people cheat. Black people steal. Black people rape. Black people rob. Black people can be in error. Black people are delusional. Black people believe in fantasy and fiction. And the list goes on and on. So you went from one slave plantation to another. That's why you carry your Blackness. Only a racist would be concerned about their Blackness. Only a racist care about my melanin, how special I am. Like all things in this life, and I should have put this on my list, I will, about this melanin. Well, I'll talk about it while I'm talking about it. Everything in this life that we know of has a positive and negative. It's good to be tall, then you have short. Sometimes it's good to be short. It's according to what the situation is in. There's always, like they say, a yin and a yang. If melanin has this advantage and good side, there must be a disadvantage also. I mean, that's just how things are in this life. We don't want to talk about the disadvantage. I was watching a program where they was not talking about race at all. They was talking about melanin. They was not talking about race. They was talking about melanin and one of the side effects. And they noticed the more melanated an animal was, the more docile that animal was. So you would see more aggression in those that have less melanin. Well, if you look at us in this reality, and you look at Europeans who have less melanin, and then you look at melanated people, you got lots of melanin. That's really, really good, yeah. You will see that they are more aggressive than the melanated people. And most times, the one who is more aggressive is more dominant. I mean, that's just how it goes. You can go to the schoolyard. You can go to a pack of wolves. The one who is more dominant, one who is more stronger, aggressive, they are the ones who rule and in control. So it should not be a shock to none of us if this is true and we're living in this manner, and you talk a good game, but you have fallen and can't get up. The black man is rising. When you gonna get up? It reminds me when a boxer knocks out another opponent and he falls to the ground. And you hit the canvas. You can rise, but are you going to get up? In the meantime, the referee is going 10, 9, 8. Rising don't mean nothing. We're going to rise again. Rising don't mean nothing until you have risen and you're able to fight again. The problem is, are you going to get knocked down again? That's your next problem. So all this hype, the melanin do this and melanin is so important or whatever, you only seek to know the good side. You don't seek to know what the disadvantage could be. But right here, if this is true and we're living what this study concluded, it says that the lighter is more aggressive, more domineering, and the darker is more docile. And we're living. How can you argue with me? You're living it. We're living it. The lighter is ruling and the darker is on the bottom. You falling and you can't get up. Now, even after this broadcast is over, and if you want to join the conversation and show something different, prove something different, be my guest. I don't know how you're going to do it. Like they always say, it is what it is. It don't make no difference whether you like it or not. It is what it is. Well, you see, brother, we ruled the world and we was in control. Yeah, until the lighter showed up and kicked your ass and put you on the bottom. Yeah, you ruled the world until somebody else more aggressive and powerful came and knocked you down and you can't get up. You talk big, you talk tough, and you have all this knowledge, wisdom, and you're a God and all like that, and you still laying on the ground. And the referee is going 10, 9, 8. What you gonna get angry at me for? Because you want me to tell you some kind of fairy tale story, how big and bad and wonderful you are? That's not the case. That's one of the myths of pro-blackness, Pan-Africanism, whatever you want to call it, blackity black stuff. That's it. You can get angry all that you want to, but I mean, what they say, the proof is in the pudding. We're living it. One of the myths of pro-blackness is we need to get together. We need to unify. That's a myth. And I'm saying all these things because I've been around this stuff since I was a child. You know, pro-blackness, Pan-African type stuff, you know, all this, the struggle, whatever, ever since I was a child. Toward the end of Jim Crow. And I heard all this stuff. People trying to teach me stuff. You can't teach me. I done heard it. Over 40 years, I've heard it all, seen it all, been around it. You sound angry and upset. Yes, I'm angry and upset because you lied to me. You tell me I'm a god and a king, and after 40 years, we still in the same condition, if not worse, than when I was a little boy. Have not progressed, have not built a nation. Just run your damn mouth, talk about how smart, your wisdom, and all this stuff. And you wasted my time believing in these fairy tales. I'm a god and I'm a king and all this stuff that I was told. The first time I began to recognize these fairy tales when I got locked up, when I began to find out my supreme wisdom, my knowledge, and my information, all that didn't mean nothing. It didn't mean nothing at all. It made me look more insane. I was labeled a crazy criminal, and it made me look more insane. Quoting stuff from the Bible, quoting stuff from the Quran, and threatening these people to know what God gonna do. God ain't did a damn thing to these people till this day. Nothing. Ain't done nothing to them. And not gonna do nothing to them because this Allah, this Jesus, this Muhammad, all this stuff don't exist. You lied to me. Pan-African liars and pro-black liars, y'all. You're liars. Fairy tale storytellers. Feel-good rhetoric. Just another church. And that's all you are. You go and you support your best preachers. That's why you always say, I listen to Master Farrakhan. I listen to Tariq Nasheed. I listen. Because they ain't nothing but preachers and pastors. No different than T.D. Jakes or Joel Osteen or whoever out there, these preachers and poverty pimps. It's all the same stuff. You just went from one slave master to another on a different plantation. That's all I ever was. And then when I left the plantation, they get upset. Don't want nothing to do with you. But I'm your brother. I'm your sister. I just don't believe in that stuff no more. They don't want nothing to do with you. They want you on the slave plantation with them. To do what? To do nothing. Talk about what you gonna do. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We need more time. Going on 100 years and you still need more time? How much time do you need? Then these same blackity-black, pro-black, African, whatever they want to call themselves, black supremacy, whatever, they want to turn around and make mockery of our Christian brothers and sisters because our Christian brothers and sisters are waiting on Jesus, and they waiting too. They just not waiting on Jesus, but they waiting on something. Same stuff. Same mindset. The same. You thought that you advanced, and you didn't. You just went from one side of the cage to the other side. That's all. One side might have less doo-doo than the other. That's the only difference. Same stuff. So they talk about one of the myths is we seek unity. You are unity lie. I've been around for 40 years. And I bear witness. I don't see this unity that they keep talking about. They talk about it. And if they do want to unify with you, it's with strings attached. Don't talk about my Jesus. Don't talk about my Muhammad. You can't eat pork or whatever the string is. You got to boycott with me to do this. It's some kind of strings attached to it. Because they're not interested. They want to do to you and me the same thing that the oppressor done, put us on a slave plantation. That's all. They're not interested in your liberation. They're not interested in your freedom. They're not interested in giving you justice. They want you on a plantation. It does not take a lot to unify if that's what you want to do. They don't want to do that. They're not interested. I was on a broadcast today, a platform, and I really don't make a habit of going on these platforms, except I have a one-on-one with the owner of the platform. Because when they have company, all these other different folks, from my experience, you see the envy and the jealousy and the hatred because I say something you don't like. This morning I was on a platform, and before I can even start talking good, the brother in the background, you can't see him because he's hiding behind an avatar, but you can hear him huffing and puffing. He can't wait for me to shut up. Then later on, he'll talk about we all brought something good to the platform and all that unity and love stuff. Liar. Actions speak louder than words. Their actions, I don't care what you say out of your mouth. The actions do not show that these people are interested in unity. Actions speak louder than words. So the owner of the channel shows me, well, it's not like I come on your platform every day. So the owner of the channel might give me a little bit more attention or whatever. And all the other panel folks, you could tell they get, how come he get to talk 10 minutes? I only get to talk 3 minutes. Your happy ass is on the platform every day. And it seems as though the people are listening to what I'm saying because what I'm saying is not redundant. It's new. And for those who can think, now the ones who are like you, loyal to your whatever it is you got on your mind, they are with you. I wish he shut up because I'm interfering with your delusions and your fairy tale life. But you have a lot of people who can think for themselves. So when I offer something that is not redundant, something that's new, they want to give it some attention. I never heard that before. Where you going with this? And these get jealous because they say the same thing that Malcolm said, that Marcus Garvey said, that Dr. King said, or whoever. They keep repeating the same stuff you've been doing going on 100 years. That same exact thing. And what has it done for you? As Janet Jackson said, what has it done for you lately? So the first thing they say, what I present done for me lately? It has never been tried. How do you know? You don't know. All that stuff that you're talking about is the same old. You just put your flavor on it and you twist it a little here, twist it a little there. Been there, done that. It does not work. It had a little success during its time. Its time is over. Let the dead rest in peace. But you can't. You have no creativity. You have no vision. You have no plan. You have no purpose. You just out here just swinging your hand like girls do in a fight, hoping that you hit something. That's not how you fight. Anybody who boxes will tell you it's about strategy. It's not about just swinging and hoping that you hit something. But that's what they do in pro-blackness, just swinging, and then they tell you these, give you these fairy tale stories, sell you these delusions to make you feel good about, go ahead, child, you got them. Go ahead, you a god, you a goddess, you'll get it, you'll hit the target sooner or later. 100 years later, 2,000 years later, 5,000 years later, there's no timetable because they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're not interested. So that's a myth. You can call me a liar. He's a liar. They love that word. You're a liar. Why should I lie? What's the benefit? That's my observation. Don't I have the right to my observation? Now, if you want to prove me wrong, show me your unity. Join the conversation. Show me your unity. Don't be shy. Give me an example of your unity. You don't have none because you're not interested. Why are they angry at Angel Snubbing Up 7? They are angry at Angel Snubbing Up 7 because I exposed this hypocrisy. I exposed these half-truths, these lies. You have no honor. You have no integrity. You're not real. Whose fault is that? Not mine. I'm just pointing it out. Show me this unity. You talk about it. Show me the unity. Every time I reach out to try to unify and talk to a brother and sister, I always have a problem because they don't want me to think and be who I am. I have to change myself for them, put on different clothes, think differently. I got to be like them. I have to be a slave on their plantation like them. I don't want your religion. I don't want your ideology. I just want liberation. I just want to be free. And the only way I can get liberation, the only way I can get free, I know I have to unify. So I'm willing to compromise myself for what is in the best interest of the whole. But that's because I don't run a plantation here. I'm not looking for slaves. I'm not trying to convert nobody to nothing. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you do. Unless, of course, you're a pedophile and you're a rapist or something like that. Other than that, I don't care about what you do in your personal life. I really don't care. It's not a concern of mine. You can eat all the pork you want to. I don't care. It's no concern of mine. That has nothing to do with liberation. What you do in your personal life. We have no respect for other people's difference. And this is going to get us made extinct, which might be a good thing. That might be a good thing. And some of you may think that's not possible. We would not be the first people that went extinct. I was told that there were 700 different Native American tribes here in North America. prior to the Europeans. Now, we can barely name 3, but there were 700. Where they go to? What happened to them? There was a place y'all love to talk about called Kemet, Egypt. The people that's living there are not the descendants of Kemet. We know this. What happened to them? Where they go? They went extinct. So if the people of a great civilization like Kemet went extinct, here you are, fresh, barely 100 years off the slave plantation. What makes you think that you can't go extinct? Woo, boy. And you think that you have all the time in the world to make right decisions, get things right. Time waits for no one. When you wait on the bus, and that bus is supposed to be there at 7:30 a.m., and you don't get there to 7:45, expect the bus to be gone, because the bus is supposed to be there on time at 7:30 a.m. You're supposed to be waiting on that bus at 7:15, 7:25, or whatever it is when that bus get there. If you are not there at 7:30, you miss the bus. You're gonna have to wait for the next bus or catch you a cab or walk or whatever. Don't miss the bus. But for some reason, in this struggle, we call Black liberation, or however you want, soul liberation, however you want to call it, Black revolution, you want to call it fighting for civil rights, however you want to call it, you think that you can have debates and sell DVDs and sell shoes on the corner and sell lemonade, all this crap that we've been doing for the last 100 years. You think that you can keep doing that forever and ever and ever, and you're going to live happily ever after one day. That's not how life works. That's not how nature works. When you don't do certain things in time, it can get you killed. And that's what's going to happen to us, which, like I said, could be a good thing, because right now you're serving no purpose. You don't produce nothing. Do you produce your underwear? No. Do you produce undershirts? No. You breed like rabbits. Do you produce baby food, baby formula, baby car seats? You drive a car? Do you produce tires? Car headlights? You don't produce nothing. So what is your purpose? You have no purpose. You're just here in the way. And when you are in the way, nature has a way of moving things that have no purpose out of the way. Matter of fact, when you serve no purpose, a lot of men will move you out the way. They just haven't gotten around to it yet. It's fine that you don't believe me. Frankly, I don't care what you believe. You believe in ghosts, goblins, different kinds of gods and spirits. I don't care what I don't care what you believe. I could care less. I actually hope that your God and your spirits and all this stuff that you talk about, I really hope that it was real. It's sure taking a long time to get here and save us. That's because it's not real. I was told these lies as a child. And I didn't know no better. And I worked it. Nothing. And it's not even about me. Okay. But it's not doing nothing for nobody else either. That's why I'm upset. And you want to keep telling this lie. You want to keep spreading this redundant bull doo-doo to others. Feel good, church going rhetoric. That's all of it is. You think that you better than the Christian brother and sister. You ain't no different. Same stuff. Put on your suits and your ties or your African pretty clothes, getting ready to go to church. Same thing they do. On Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, however. Same stuff. I know, I lived it. And I thought to myself, this sure seemed like going to church. Same stuff, because that's what it is. Same stuff. The only thing I did was leave one slave plantation, went to another, thinking that it's better. And what do they want? They want the same thing the other slave plantation want. They want your money. They want your time. What do they give you back? Now, honestly, when I was in the Christian church, they would give you a free meal now and then. And they helped you find a job and put clothes on you, helped you put clothes on your back. Some of these churches will pay your rent. When I was in blackity black, pro-black, African, all that stuff, you didn't get nothing. It was always gimme, 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 gimme. Always making you hate, not unify. Hate your brother. You a coon and you're Uncle Tom and you're a Sambo. Make you hate. How you gonna unify with somebody and you hate their guts? You a Sambo, you a coon, and you know all these different names, Negro, whatever. But you unify, you don't love nobody. They're nothing but slave masters. They're no different from the oppressor. Not interested in you. That's a myth. Another myth is they don't really love black women. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, sister. Oh, yeah. They really don't love you. You in this blackity black stuff. And we building a nation. And your mind get hooked on we building a nation. And then, of course, some of y'all want to be morally correct. So you get married to a brother that's talking good. Yeah, he talking good. He talking some good blackity black Pan-African stuff. And you marry him. And you want everything morally right. Because you don't want your children to be bastards, right? So you start spitting out one child, two child. We building a nation. All these children gonna be in our nation. 40 years I've been around. This stuff you've been talking this stuff over 100. Where is your nation at? Spitting out, got the sister spitting out these babies. Bloop, bloop. She sneezed, bloop. And then the brother get angry. You do something, say something he don't like. Next thing you know, he's gone. Do he pay child support? No. Do he come visit his children, his 5 and 6, 7 children he done gave you under pro-blackness? No. He treats you the same way he would have treated you if y'all was out in the streets. Same mindset, same mentality. I know it. Don't tell me I'm a lie. I see this all the time. I've experienced it. I see it. I saw it with my own eyes. Excuse me. And here, I saw a sister. Excuse me. I saw a sister, and she's, excuse me, my throat itch. Dry. That's because you're lying. That's because you're lying. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's God cleaning your mouth out. Woo! All right. I saw a sister, I'm not going to mention her name. And she was really pro-black man. I'm trying to talk to her. I can't tell her nothing. Really pro-black man. Now, some of you may think that I'm anti-soul brother. I'm anti-Noah. I need to keep it real. Do what you claim that you can do. If you're a God, then do it. If you're a king, act like it. Provide, produce, protect. I'm not going to give you credit and you did not earn it. Now, these other folks, Pan-Africans, whatever, they call you gods and kings and you the descendants of this and that and whatever, give you these titles and you did not earn nothing. So you telling me that a king and this God, you made all these babies with this sister and now you mad and you upset and angry because maybe you can't get your way. Maybe you have beat on her and she's sick of you abusing her and her children and you leave, your happy ass leave, and somebody call you a king. Or maybe you rape one of your own children. Oh, they do that in the conscious community. Black, African, Pan-African, they rape women. They abuse children. Some of them have been charged with pedophilia. And some of them are on the down low. Bisexuals. Yeah, in the African, Pan-African. Oh, yeah. Hotel, black power, my friend. But behind closed doors. Don't tell me because I know about it. I've seen, I heard the story. You're not holy and righteous like that. Excuse me. This sister can't tell her nothing. And she's one of the ones I'm talking about. She's married, living the moral life. She's building a nation and she has 5 or 6 children. And for a while, everything is beautiful. My man, our nation. Ooh, excuse me. Might have to go get me a cough drop. I mean, she really loved the brothers. Don't like the sisters. She really don't like her own gender that much. If you listen to her, women can't do nothing except breed babies and shut the hell up and let the men lead. Well, you've been letting them lead. Where your nation at? Where your baby diapers at? Where the baby diaper factory to put on your baby's backside by your men? So her man left her with the 5 children. He did not take none of the children with him. He does not want anything to do with none of those babies. Pan-African, pro-black, whatever they, comedic. She was one of those comedic type sisters. She had an Egyptian name on Facebook. Next thing you know, she went silent. She stopped talking. Now she got to deal with reality. Your time has expired. Now you have to deal with reality. All the fairy tales, all the delusions is gone. Now you by yourself. And you had a good brother. He's so African. Now, there might have been a Christian brother or some other nerd that might have liked her. That's not good enough. Gotta have me a strong black man. Believe in Africa. Kemet. And he left you like I told you these guys would do. Because they're not real. If they was real, when you spit out babies, they would have a nation to put those babies in. They have nothing. Almost 100 years. They have nothing. Whose fault is that? Angel Snub 7? No, I tried to help. I believe the stuff too. I got nothing. Like you got nothing. Join the conversation. Pro-blackness, Pan-African, whatever you want to call yourself, come defend yourself. I would set up a live stream just for you so that you can debunk and show that everything I'm saying is a damn lie. I will apologize. I've seen this stuff with my own eyes. I don't have to do the research. I don't have to get the information. I lived it. I've seen it with my own eyes. These men love you as long as you stay in your place. A submissive breeder. That's all you are. A submissive breeder. And he can do no wrong. Matter of fact, he don't have to do nothing at all. You sit back and accept his excuses. You don't even complain. Well, we've been doing this for 40 years. Where's our nation at? You don't even ask him about nothing. You just accept whatever he throw on your plate. Where's our nation? Where the baby diapers at? Where the car factory at? Where's all this stuff that you promised us? Black man, with all the information, the supreme wisdom, and all this stuff that y'all talk about? Nothing. And you accept this because you submissive. Some of these sisters are in abusive marriages. These men beating them up, exploiting them behind closed doors. Then they will come on Facebook, they come out in the public, and it make you think that everything is beautiful, and it's not. Some of these pro-black folks are into pornography. They take these sisters and they use them for pornography. And they tell these sisters some type of story to justify how pornography can be used in black liberation, Pan-Africanism, or whatever. And folks are so brainwashed, they just go, some of these people, they go for anything. Go for anything. You can do a Google search and you'll see some of the sisters supposed to be Pan-African, naked booty everywhere. Black supremacy. And whenever religion is involved, my soul sisters, whenever there's a religious influence, it's 1000% guaranteed they do not love you. Because the God of the Bible, the God of the Quran, hates females. You are an inferior. They tell you in church, the order of the family is God, then man, then woman, then children. You will never get to God. The only way you can get to God is you have to stand by your man. That's the only way. You have no right to talk to your father, the parent. You got to just stick by your man. And then he'll turn around and talk about we equals. Actions speak louder than words. You love. But look at these, look at the actions. I hear what you're saying. Oh, the black woman is the mother of the nation, the mother of civilization, and the black woman do it. Look at their actions. Who is on your wall? Men or women? Go to these people's houses and they have all these pictures and images of people who they admire. How many are women? You will see the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and sometimes they put him and his wife, but it's because of him. Because of him. And you'll see a few women now and then, but it's men. They always talk about men. It's all in the Bible. It's Noah, Lot, Jesus, Abraham, whoever. It's all men. The women don't do nothing. Like you don't exist. And then they talk about you just enough so that you don't get upset where I at. See, it's the same stuff when you're dealing with the Peckerwood and you look at history and you don't see yourself. You go to the Peckerwood, what did black folks do? And you get upset because you know black folks was here. We didn't do nothing. And a sister in her right mind, you got to ask, what did the sisters do? But there are plenty of stories where sisters, warriors and fighters, and have done so much. We don't talk about that a lot. So I open up this broadcast with honor to our soul sister, Fannie Lou Hamer. These folks get angry at me because I do make the sisters priority number one. Because I love mother. I have a problem with following men like that. You talk about you against homosexuality, but you want to fall up. You always want to be around hard legs all the time. Wake up in the morning, some man's picture on the wall. Always looking at men. What's the difference between you and the gay community? When the only thing you want to do is praise and talk about men all the time. I don't want to talk about and praise men all the time. Oh, man. I just want to cover a few more myths and we're going to be out of here, okay? They don't love you like that. You think they do. But see, that's how you think a lot of women, why you are alone. Because the man, he talked a good game. He ran game on you. He just wanted to do, what nature called. And once he do what nature called, he leave you and your 5 children at home. And that's all this is. It's a game. They running game on us. They get what they want. They get your money. They get your time. They get your life. And when they can't use you no more, they leave you in the house alone. They're not interested in marrying you. They're not interested in black unity. It's running game. Why are they angry at Angel Snub number 7? Because I'm telling you about the game. And some of you been out in the streets and the drug game, the hustle of the streets, but you don't recognize and can't see that this stuff is the same thing. Running game. Because what do you get out of it? Very little. Very little. Most times, nothing at all. I have nothing. I have nothing. Oh, you got supreme wisdom and information. You got the knowledge of self. Okay. Do that pay my bills? Did that help me get out from under incarceration? What did it do for me? What's the point? Another myth is the white man and the sun. True, but not true. Now, pro-black folks say that the white man is anti-sun. If the white man was anti-sun, he could not live. You need to be able to absorb and embrace the sun in order to live. That goes for anything that's alive on this planet. So how can the white man be anti-sun? He wouldn't be alive at all, period. You cannot survive without the sun. So that's a fallacy. Now, what's true is, because Europeans do lack melanin, they lack pigmentation in their skin. It is true. They have less tolerance of the sun. Does that stop them from going out in the sun? No, it don't. They love to get tan. They love risking their life to look dark like you and I. Well, not like you and I. They just want to tan. They don't want to look. They don't want to be pure black. They don't want to get like me. They don't want to get dark like me and Rashida Strover and they're like that. Shout out to Rashida Strover, the world's first dark-skinned activist. Shout out to my soul sister Rashida Strover. They don't want to get dark like us. They do want to be light brown, get a nice tan. They say that's healthy looking. So I'm very healthy if that's the case. Me and myself and Rashida Strover, we're very healthy if that's the case. The white man is anti-sun. Now, the thing about this, you can find Europeans all over the earth, in the rainforest, in the deserts, somewhere where you don't show up, in Antarctica, in cold places. You're not there at all. And he's in the desert. Now, if the white man was so anti-sun like you claim, how could he take control of a country, South Africa? How is he able to be in Africa, period? How is he able to be in Afghanistan and Iraq? And he's so anti-sun. Now, during slavery, you had black slaves, Negro slaves. You had indentured servants. They was doing the same kind of work, same thing that the slaves was doing. And then you had poor Caucasian people who had to work their farm, who could not afford a slave. They was out in the hot sun. They was suffering just like any other slave on the plantation. Now, they anti-sun. How could they tolerate all this if they as anti-sun as you preach? Now, I mean, I'm like Arsenio Hall. Things that make you say, If these people get so sick, if they get diseased by the sun, like you claim, how were they able to take control of the world, including Africa? You have Caucasian people right now in the United States that live in the deserts of the United States and happy to be there. How is this possible? See, it don't make any sense. Just because you find out that they have a little skin cancer because of the sun, whatever. And also, soul brothers and sisters, black people can get skin cancer from being out in the sun too long. There's no life on this planet that can sit in direct sunlight. The sun will kill everybody, everything, anything that sits in direct sunlight. Nothing on this planet going to survive in direct sunlight and the temperature 110, 150 degrees and higher, whatever. You burn up, you cook. So this is a myth. Again, show me. If these people was as sick and anti-sun as you claim, how is it possible they was able to go all around the world and whoop folks' ass I don't care what your climate was. You was in the jungle. You was on the Sahara. Wherever it was, they came and got you. But they so sick from the sun, as you claim. Don't make any sense. I don't see it. I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, I had to scratch my head. I said, how is that possible? And there are those who are actually waiting, like they waiting on Jesus. There are those who are actually waiting for the white people to die from the sun. You're going to be waiting a long time. You probably die way before them. And chances are, it's 100% probability you'll be dead before they die off as a people because of the sun. I mean, it's a nice thought. Because if the Caucasian people die from the sun, then that means you don't have to fight nobody. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to suffer. It's all easy. And see, that's all that they're looking for. Something easy. You don't have to die for your liberation. You don't have to suffer for your freedom. Only thing, somebody's going to give you reparations, give you everything that you ever wanted on a plate. That's what they're looking for. Not going to happen. Everything that the white man got, he stole, but he sacrificed, and he died, and he suffered for what he got. They're not going to give that to you on a silver platter. Nobody is. And even if all the white people did die from the sun, then the Mexicans would rise, or the Chinese people in this country would rise, whoever. It's not going to be you. You're on the bottom. It's not going to be you. Because you don't have what it takes to be free. You're going to always be subservient to somebody. Even other Africans. I want to go to Africa. For what? So that you can lead them? So that you can rule them and show them the way to go? No, so that you can be on their slave plantation. That's all. So the only thing we got here is just a constant rotation of slave plantations. I don't want to be on the white man's plantation. I don't want white Jesus. So I'm going to go to black Jesus, and I'm going to go to biracial Fart Muhammad or whatever. I'm going to go to that plantation. I'm going to go back to Africa. I'm going to go to the Ghanaian plantation, the Somali plantation, the Congo, you know, the plantation of your choice, everything except independence, except the uniqueness of yourself, and be who you are. You trying to be somebody else. You want to be on somebody else. Slave plantation. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in trying to find a new slave owner. White people was enough. I don't need a Negro slave owner, and I don't need an African one or an Aboriginal one. I want my own. Do my own thing. I want to be independent. I want to make my own baby diapers. I want to be able to go get my own water. I want to be able to make my own electricity. I want my own name that I make up. Tired of being under somebody else's rules, their laws, their policy, telling me what I can and cannot do, what this means. I make up a word, I give it its own meaning. This is how I give it. I even done that as a child. Angel Snup Nup 7. Snup Nup was our name we gave for a dog. Instead of saying dog, we said Snup Nup. My name. Unique to me. It comes from me. I don't care about what your definitions of what you want. I'm not your slave. I'm free. You're supposed to be free and liberated. You don't act like a free people. You don't talk like a free people. You just are somebody that's trying to find a new owner. You're a pet looking for a new master to put a leash on you. The teachings. Who teaching? Is it yours? No, you got it from somebody else. You need somebody to put a leash on you and guide you. My leader, teacher, and guide. Somebody to guide you. Somebody that follow. You have no brain of your own. One of my deacons is in the house. Got to recognize one of the deacons of this ministry, Soul Brother 85. Welcome, brother. We are exposing pro-blackness myths. Again, we can make a video, a live stream rather, and you can come here and debunk everything that I say. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from observation. He said, well, but we're not a church here. I don't want you on my plantation. We said, well, as a joke, we are equal here. Men, women, children. Well, children, you're not really equal. You're not old enough. You have to mature. You have to be taught. You have to be guided correctly. But you still be treated with humanity. We're not looking for converts. I don't want to be your slave master. I don't want to be your teacher. I don't want to be your guide. We all in this together. So when we accomplish something, I can say, we done it. Not me, not Soul Brother 85, not Twin Pyramid, not Sister Noble. I was just talking about you, Twin. You're not late. You're not late. I'm spontaneous. I started the broadcast early, and I kept changing the time. But I still got a little ways to go. So I thank you for being here. And it's never too late. Well, actually it is, because I was just talking about that. Time waits for no one. But right now we're not on no timetable here. It's spontaneous. We just talking. We are exposing pro-blackness myths. That's a myth. So it's a myth that these pro-blackity black supremacy folks or whatever, Pan-African one, it's a myth that they seek unity. That's a myth. It's a myth that they love black women. That's a myth. And it's a myth that the white man is anti-sun and the sun is killing white folks. That's a myth. That's not true either. It's a half-truth. Because you have to consider some other things that's quite obvious. You know? It's just like you can see a man that's crippled, and he is crippled. He might be limping. But for some reason, this man is able to run track and outrun some of the best folks. And he does have a physical problem. But it's not enough to the point where it stops him from being a track star. Yeah, of course, yeah, the white folks, the Europeans, those with who have less melanin in their skin, they are subject and have a higher probability of skin cancer, but that don't stop them from doing what they do. And they have done this around the world. And this is a fact. Now we want to talk about pyramids. Did the black man build the pyramids, or did aliens? I don't want to talk about no aliens. I want to just talk about, well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want to talk about the aliens. I want to talk about the aliens too. My first question is this when it comes to pyramids. Now, just because somebody lived in a house don't mean they built the house. Many of you live in a house. You live in an apartment. Hopefully, you're not homeless. You did not build the house. You did not build the apartment. You're not the owner. Now, my question is, you just don't want black people to have nothing. You want to downplay and degrade and make mockery. No, that's not the point. Did you see the Egyptians build the pyramid? How do you know? How do you know the pyramids wasn't already there and they just came and it was already there in ruins? And they just came and did their thing. How do you know that? How you know another people didn't build the pyramids? We don't even know how the pyramids was done. You would think if they built the pyramids, they would leave some kind of record how they done it. If we disappear right now, we will leave records how we made the computer, how we made the light bulb, how we built the car. It's diagrams and things of this nature where somebody can say, oh, this is how they made computers. This is how they made the cell phone, blah, blah, blah. Here you are. There's no record, nothing at all to show that these people built the pyramids. There's nothing at all. And you dang sure not building no pyramid in 2021. You said we built the pyramid. Well, why you stop? That's my question. It's just things that make you say, And when you look deeper into pyramid making and you understand what type of tools these people had during that period of time, and you look at how this thing was structured, it makes you say, how is that possible? They couldn't duplicate cutting the rocks with the tools that these people had in 2021. You cannot duplicate how they cut these stones with the tools that they had. How was this possible? I'm just saying, you got a lot of questions here. And there's a lot of things that we don't know. How do we know there wasn't other intelligent life here? Or maybe they're still here. Maybe they are at the bottom of the ocean and come up now and then as UFOs to get some air or something and run around or whatever. Who knows? Anything can be living deep in the earth. Anything, if you have the technology, you can live deep, deep, deep down in the ocean and nobody will never see you. There are fish that live so deep. They discover new fish all the time the deeper they go into the water. You never see them. They don't know nothing about them. So if you have the technology, it's all about technology. If you have the technology, you can live out in space. If you have the technology, you can live deep inside the earth. You can live deep in the water. Who knows? We don't know that. But you just want to give the credit to Egyptians because you related to Egyptians. You related to Kemet. We built the pyramid, but your happy ass don't build no pyramids in 2021. Not one. You don't even build a little one, let alone a tall one. Build a small one. You don't build nothing. You don't do nothing. All this nothing but feel-good church rhetoric. And I'm not saying that those people didn't do that. What I'm saying is there's other possible answers. And above all, it has nothing to do with the American Negro. You wasn't there. You did not build no pyramid. It's a damn lie. You had nothing to do with building any pyramid. They done it. The American Negro did not even exist yet. The American Negro is only about 500 years old at the max. You had nothing to do with the creation of civilization. You had nothing to do with building pyramids. None of that stuff. None of it. You're a liar. You show me your contribution to building pyramids. if we built the pyramids, then you should know how you done it, how we do it. You don't have no idea. You act like you was there. Okay. We need to stop all this fairy tale delusion stuff. Feel good crap. Clearly it's not doing, okay, I can understand building people's self-esteem, and you want to be more than a slave. And look, I don't need to know, me personally, I don't need to know that I had something to do with building the pyramids and all these other accomplishments. That don't have nothing to do with me. Just because my mother baked a cake, what they have to do with me? I just stood there waiting to eat the cake. I have nothing to do with baking the cake. Now, when I bake a cake on my own, now I have something to brag about. Look, mama, I baked a cake. My cake tastes better than yours. My pyramid is better than the Egyptian pyramid. That's what I want to be able to say. I don't need their accomplishments to give me value. I will give me value. And I only want credit because I earned it. You have no choice. I don't care whether you like me or not, but when you see my pyramid that I built, whether you like me or not, you're going to have to just bear, you're just going to have to just accept the fact, wow, look what this guy, look what he done. You have no choice. So the black man building, yes. The black man building the pyramid, that's a half truth because there's no real, you really don't have no information on. You really can't say that as a fact. It's a lot of possibilities. We don't know what's been going on this planet. We really don't. It could have been other life, more intelligent life on this planet. And maybe they went down in the ocean. Maybe they went back down in space. Maybe they are deep down in the ground somewhere. Who knows? We don't know this. But you want to take credit for something that you can't prove because it make you feel good. I don't need that. If that help you out, okay. But don't teach it like it's the truth, like it's some kind of fact, because you're a liar. Now you're becoming a liar. You teach it and you say it's a possibility that we are related to the people. Now, when you talk like that, you're telling the truth. But when you talk, we actually done this, well, prove it then. You ain't going to be able to prove that. It's because it's a lie. The American Negro didn't even exist. Another myth. Black supremacy is natural for the black man. Well, first of all, the black man is unnatural. The black man is a creation of racists. He did not exist until the Europeans came up with the concept of race in the late 1700s. There's no evidence to suggest that melanated people was tripping on their skin color. What is the reason? If everybody on the planet that we know of is melanated, why are you tripping off of it? The only reason why you would trip off of it is because you comparing yourself with somebody who is different. But if everybody's the same, what's the purpose of tripping off because I got melanated skin, because I'm black? What's the purpose of that? It makes no sense. The only one who would care about melanated skin, I'm black, I'm white, I'm yellow and red, is racist. That's the only one who cares. According to the records, melanated people and other folks prior to even the Caucasian people referred to themselves as their nation, as their tribe. There was no white people. There was no black, red, and yellow. There was no Cassacoid and Negroid, Mongoloid. There was none of all this stuff. This is a concept that was created by Caucasian people by themselves. The Africans had nothing to do with it. The Chinese, Asians, the Indians. The only one who had The only one who created the race concept is Europeans. And they created this concept so they can justify and sell why they murdered people all over the world to justify to their people, to their masses. Oh, we're supposed to rule black folks. We're supposed to rule the lighter skinned people. Says it right here in the Bible. That's what it's all about. Only races will be concerned. So black man is unnatural. And black supremacy is unnatural. Black supremacy is a response to white supremacy, pink racism. If there was no white supremacy, there would be no black supremacy. You can find no record, nowhere written, where melanated people is talking about something called black supremacy. Does not exist. They was not interested. There was no reason for them to be focused on melanin. There was no reason for them to be focused on their skin color. There was no reason for that. They were not racist. They did not trip off that. There was no need for that. Explain to me the need to focus on my skin color when that's all I ever know. That's all I ever see every day for thousands of years. The only one who would be interested is a racist. Black supremacy is the offspring of racism. And then you go into the history books and then you take the religion and you manufacture some mumbo jumbo and you call it black supremacy. And if you take the black out of black supremacy, it sounds just like white supremacy because they are the same. Because they're the same. There's no difference. They're the same. And speaking of the same, spirituality versus religion. There is no difference between African spirituality, and religion. They are both the same. Potato, potato. They both. Hey, how you doing? I don't think I ever seen Slave Me Jr. before. Thank you for joining me this evening. I appreciate it. There's no difference between African spirituality, and religion. There's no difference. It's all the same stuff. You believe in demons and spirits, and you can fly. You don't never die. You fly to different realms and dimensions, and you believe in ghosts and goblins and whatever. The only difference between spirituality and religion, one is organized and the other one is individualized. That's the only difference. You try to create, you come up with your own delusions, and which you really don't. You learned it from somebody. You didn't learn it from God. God did not teach you to be spiritual. A man taught you to be spiritual. No demon, no spook, no ghost taught none of you how to be spiritual. You learned this from a flesh and blood man who was alive, who did not come back from the dead and teach you nothing. Everything you know came from a living flesh and blood person. When we come into this world, we know nothing. We're blank slates. Our brain is influenced by what we are taught by our parents, what we see in the world. You do not come out your mother's womb, and the first thing that you say that nobody ever taught you, you talk about Allah, Muhammad, astral projection. You don't talk that way. Some man, some flesh and blood taught you that. And then you build on it. You believe in it. That's what happened. We are spiritual here. The real spiritual. And the real spiritual is simply an emotional connection to another life form. That's all. Like we have team spirit. I'm cheering for Michael Jordan and the Bulls, and you are cheering for Michael Jordan and the Bulls. That's the only real spirituality there is. We are in tune with the real truth. We are all spiritually connected because we understand the truth, the real truth. We embrace reality. So we are spiritually together in that sense. In our belief, in our emotional connection to this reality. But all this other stuff, ghosts and goblins, and y'all flying out your body and going out into space and all this other stuff that y'all talk about, you learn that. Come and show me. And they won't do it. You get mad and poke out your lips and spit and get all upset or whatever. But you can't prove none of it. You just want somebody to hear what you're talking about, take it on face value, and don't question nothing. And then if you think about it enough, you believe it as true. You believe it. I remember I told a lie, and I talked about this in a video I made, I think earlier this week. I told a lie, and it got to the point where I believed it. Because I told it so much, and it made folks happy. And I began to believe the lie because it made me happy too, that I told the lie that made other people happy. And that's what has happened to us. It's time to get real. So in my closing, it's just time for us to get real. It's time for us to get real. When I was a child, like the Bible said, when I was a child, I talked like a child. I did childish things, but I'm an adult now. And you have to put childish things away. You don't need all that hype stuff no more. Talk about I'm a god and a king and a queen. You don't need that no more. That was good for them back then. You need to prove in 2020 that you're a god, that you're a king. By using your brain and by building with your hands. You have not done that at all. You have failed. You're absolutely right. There will always, Slade Me Jr. said there will always be a market for snake oil salesmen. You didn't, I couldn't have said it no better. Snake oil salesman. You're right. Couldn't have said it no better. I didn't think about this. I'm going to start using that. Slade Me Jr., you reminded me of that. You're nothing but snake oil salesman. And you get nothing. It's a fake cure. It's not real. It's a placebo. Just something to make you think that you're getting well. You never was sick to begin with. Gave you a placebo. We keep it real here. If I change my talk, I know I could make a lot of money. I know I could get thousands of views. I know I don't have to work a job no more. I know I talk good enough. I talk well enough. And all they have to do is tell you some fancy lies, give you some dreams, and don't talk against all this Pan-African black stuff, this stuff that we believe in, and just roll with the flow. But I have a conscience. I wouldn't even feel good sleeping at night because I know I'm telling you a lie. My pockets would be fat. I have a real nice house and a real nice car. But I wouldn't, that's not right. You deserve better. You deserve to have something in your life instead of somebody always taking from us, lying to us. When they gonna give to you? Now here I am on my channel. A few years ago, I gave away money. And there are those, I sent checks in the mail, and those checks cash. They will bear witness to that. And I gave money to strangers. And of course, I gave money to family. You have to help family first, of course. These people give you nothing except dreams. Really, it's a nightmare. I can't do it no more. Sick of it. But again, right, you got to work for yours. We got to work for ours. If we don't do that, you don't get the credit. You shouldn't get paid. You didn't do no work. And that's why you're not getting paid. That's why you have no nation, because you're not really working. Slay Me Jr. said, exactly. The snake oil illusion keeps the customer busy and diverted, focus on what's not tangible or important. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dreams are full of lies and schemes. I can't do that. I don't have the heart to do that. After 400 years of catching hell, we deserve better. We deserve our liberation. We deserve to be treated like human beings. And you have our own people scamming us, lying to us, cheating us, deceiving us for their own personal enrichment and gain. That's a damn shame. And then the ones who believe in that crap, they get angry at me because I'm letting you know that you're getting ripped. It reminds you of somebody who's trying to wake you up because it's time for you to go to work. And you sleeping good, you dreaming, and they telling you, get up. The alarm went off. And you don't get, you know, I've seen people get punched in the face trying to wake somebody up because they dreaming and that sleep is good to them. So the only thing you did was go from one plantation to another plantation, from one dreaming nightmare to another dreaming nightmare. That's all that has happened to you. You are not awake. You are mentally dead for the second time. And this sleep is even worse than the sleep that the European put us under. Because you think that you are awake. You walking, you're a sleepwalker. And when you're walking, a sleepwalker gives us the illusion that they are awake. They're not awake, they're asleep. But they're moving and they can, sometimes they can talk to you like they're awake. They're not awake, they're asleep. And that's what black conscience, pro-blackness, that's what it is. It has made us sleepwalkers. The illusion of being awake. You're not conscious at all. Because if you was conscious, then you wouldn't get upset with the observations that I bring to us right now. You would have a problem with that. But you do. Because I'm trying to wake you up and you want to punch me in the face. And some of them will make death threats towards me and show how they hate me because they don't want to be awakened. They enjoy the slave plantation. We're not looking for slaves here. So, again, now I know somebody out there. Well, if they're not around right now, because this was a spontaneous broadcast. Anytime we can have a live stream just for you. You come here, and people here are fair. They will listen to you. I will listen to you. You show me that I'm wrong in my conclusions. I'm wrong in my observations, and I will submit to that reality. I will submit to that truth. I don't see it. Clarify for me. I've been around this pro-blackity, black, African, whatever stuff. I've been around it for over 40 years. There's nothing you can tell me I have not heard or seen or heard about. And it's gotten us nowhere. And then when somebody bring you something new, something different, you know, something different. Oh, that didn't work. I wanted to switch that over to something, but I guess I have to do it. The most dangerous thing is a fake friend versus an open enemy. At least the bigot tells you they don't like you. Right. Right. I like those Caucasian people. I like those people that said, I don't like Negroes. I like that. They open and honest. There was people on my platform. I don't know why they want to be around me. Can't stand my guts. They don't like what I had to say. And that's fake. Why you want to be around me? You can't handle, you can't tolerate what I say, but you want to be around me pretending I can still be your brother. I can still be your friend. But deep down inside, you can't stand my guts. You can't handle the truth that I bring. So why you want to be around me? See, that's fake. I have no problem with nobody. I have no problem with nobody at all. I have no problem with you if you eat pork, you don't eat pork, if you're vegetarian, if you're Muslim, Christian, atheist, agnostic. I don't have a problem with people like that. I respect you, your difference. But you have those who they can't roll that way because they want you to be on their slave plantation. It's simple as that. And I've been reminded, and before I close the program, I was going to bring that up. Support our sister Noble's book, God is on Trial. You can get that paperback, $13.99. Amazon. I think you can get it also at Barnes & Noble. Also on Kindle on Amazon, I think. Amazon Kindle for $3.99. Support our... See, they don't support our women. They don't support our sisters. The other sister, Sister Omega, and in my promotional video before I came on the air, I played her promotional video for her book. They don't really push the sisters. It's all about the men. What men want, what men do. I can't do it. I can't get with that. I just can't. So support our sister. God is on trial. Thank you very much for that reminder. Also, I want to remind you to subscribe to, let me pull it up real quick. To Operation Exodus Mississippi. Facebook page. Like the Facebook page and subscribe to Operation Exodus Mississippi on YouTube. And those are the announcements. And I am really done here. I appreciate everybody for joining me this evening. Thank you, Slayer, for bringing those wonderful comments. And of course, the deacons in the house, Brother Soul, Brother 85, and Twin. Thank you so much. And it may seem as though we have a low audience views. But that's good. That's people, that's powerful people. And you don't have to agree with everything that I say. But the fact that you are able to tolerate this heat, hey, you're able to tolerate this heat, tells me a whole lot about you and your character. Slade Jr. says, is your video still up? The creation of the African American as the grapefruit race created by man. That's an analogy I heard you use before when you went live while I drive early in 2020. I have a video called How the White Man Created Black People. You can look that up. You should be able to find that. They play games with my videos when you do searches. I try to look it up myself, but it's you just Google. You can Google Reality's Temple on Earth, Angel Snuffing Up 7, and put in how the white man created black people. And that might be the video that you talking about. So on that note, you said I was, wow, you went live while I drive early. You said I was driving. Well, that couldn't be the video. But I probably said something about the same in that video too. It's a possibility. If I was driving, this video, I'm not driving, but it's still the same analogy. The grapefruit and the lemons and the oranges and whatever. It's the same analogy, you know. Actually, that's a very good video. How the white man created black people. Very good video. And I want people to debunk what's in the video, and nobody has done it. They get upset, but they can't really refute. They really can't debunk what's said, because this is information that you already know, but you skip. And the reason why you skip the information is because if you include it, it'll mess up your whole narrative. I'm interested in the truth. I have no narrative. I have no belief. I just want to know how things are, whether it's good for me or bad for me. I just want to know. I want to just keep it real. I want to know. I'm not trying to feel good. So on that note, thank you again, Slay and Soul Brother 85, Twin, those who are listening and those who will be listening later. Also, I always forget, give a shout out to my Facebook audience. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, it's always an honor that you would give me a few moments of your time. I actually thought this video would be 1 hour. It never works that way. But I thank you so much. And again, this video is dedicated to the memory and honor of our sister, Fannie Lou Hamer. Look her up. Learn about Fannie Lou Hamer. Matter of fact, why don't y'all look up a whole lot of sisters? Always the men, always the brothers. I have nothing against the brothers. Brothers got a lot of work to do. You're not making it. You're not making it. You want all this honor, all this praise, and you're not making it. So on that note, again, thank you for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe. Those who want to tell me in my face and debunk everything that I say, be my guest, send me an email, give me a note, we can set it up, and you can show the audience that everything that I'm saying tonight is bull doo-doo. You're not going to be able to do that. That's why you're not going to see that video. You're not going to see that video. You're not going to see that video because it's not going to happen. Everything that I said is true observation. You can see it for yourself every day. You know, it don't take a rocket scientist. So on that note, again, thank you so much. And like our ancestor, Don Cornelius, used to say as in pardon, I wish us love, peace, and soul. We already 5,000.